the Sentinels. The second baseman, number 19, Bryce Sermonelli. We're ready to go, boys. Yeah, there's always going to be a few bumps, but let's have some fun.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to LA Valley College. We got another game, 2 in a row here for the Ventura County Pirates, the Arroyo Seco Sentinels visiting, and here's the first pitch from Jimmy Urban, and it's down the middle for a strike. My name is Landon Klotz. Alongside me, my friend and colleague, Justin Borsis. How you doing today, man?
I'm great. We got 2 on tap today. Double dip. One for the Pirates, one for the SPO Bucks later on today.
That we do. First contact, right over there to short. Branzel makes the play over to Peyton at first.
Now batting
for the out.
Right fielder, number 14, Antonio Andrade.
Yeah, we saw yesterday a 2-0 win for these Pirates.
That we did, yeah.
And,
shutout victory.
The pitching was absolutely phenomenal. DeAndre Carter, 6 innings,
Yes.
scoreless, qualified for the win. And he was painting the corners all day. Let's see if Urban can follow this up.
Yeah, and there's a big swing and a miss. On the second batter, the right fielder, Antonio Andrade, for the Sentinels. I'm a big Jimmy Urban fan, so I was very excited, actually, when I saw that he was getting the start today. Another swinging strike. Said he had a little contact. Strike nonetheless.
Foul tip. You know, Urban comes in, hasn't allowed a run yet. Completely scoreless ERA.
Yeah. He's been great. He's been absolutely phenomenal this summer. We're almost halfway through the season here. And there's a little contact. That'll be a foul ball.
You know, it would be crucial. These Pirates come in now with a record of 4-9 following the win yesterday, but they're now 3rd in league because they won 3-2 overall. To get on a win streak, this is also a league game, if I'm not mistaken.
It is a league game.
And
yeah.
The Sentinels are
one above them.
2nd, so to climb the standings today would be huge.
That it would. Looming in first place are the Inland Empire. Inland Valley?
Inland Empire.
Inland Valley.
Inland
Empire is a place too. Right?
It is, but it's not the team.
Inland Valley.
Inland Valley Pirates, yes.
They go by the same name as Ventura County Pirates.
But the OC Pirates, the Inland Valley Pirates, and the Ventura County Pirates.
That one outside.
So
our count is 2-2 now here on the second batter, Antonio Andrade.
You have plenty of chests to loot from because there's a lot of pirate gold.
Oh, wow.
Going around. So
we are not even 3 minutes into broadcast.
No, I had to do it. It's just
there's a strikeout. First one of the day for the big man Jimmy Urban.
Number 32.
It'll be interesting. Carter yesterday was a righty. Urban is a lefty, so it's a completely different arm angle we're going to see today. He really likes to dominate with his fastball. That sets up his off-speed stuff.
I'm excited to see what Urban has in store for us. I hope maybe a longer start. Most of his starts.
He's only gone.
Yeah, about 3-4 innings.
Yeah, 2 to 4
average.
innings max.
Yeah.
It would have either been out of the bullpen, or they have him on a pitch count or innings limit. So we'll see if
there's a little contact out to left field. What a play from Trado over there to end the inning. It's a 1-2-3 inning to start for the big man Urban on the mound. The Arroyo Seco Sentinels bats come up short in the top of the first, and here come the Pirates. All right, welcome back. Bottom of the first here. We're about to see the Pirates bats for the first time today. It's a beautiful day out here, and Dan Lockery is going to kick us off. Playing center field today. Opposite him on the mound, Caleb Reyes for the Sentinels. Go ahead.
I'm interested. Well, there you go. I was just about to say before he decided to poke a base hit into right that I'm interested to see how the Pirates bats fare today, because yesterday they were not very productive.
First baseman number 35, Eli Payton.
And they only mustered 2 runs on, what was it, 6 hits?
Yep.
6 hits, and those 2 runs were on an error and a solo home run. So they struck out a lot. They were fishing outside the zone, really chasing, and they need to be more disciplined today.
That they do, and what a way to start things off. Dan Lockery, and he's going to run to second base off the pass ball. So just like that, no outs.
I don't know why there was no sense of urgency from either the catcher or Reyes to go retrieve that ball. It's almost as if they thought it hit the batter.
Almost, yeah. I maybe thought it hit his foot, but no, pass ball instead, and Lockery's sitting pretty at second base with no outs. So a runner in scoring position early on for the Pirates. And Eli Payton's going to try to bring him home. He's playing first base today. That won a ball. So it's a 2-0 count on Eli Payton.
This season, 2 wins, no losses in 3 starts. Guess what Reyes' ERA is? 0.75.
Wow. Big swinging miss there for Payton. It's his first strike of the day, 2-1.
He had a win actually in the 4-2 victory against the Inland Valley Pirates on June 19th last week, a 4-2 victory, and a 12-2 win at the East LA Dodgers the week before that on the 14th. He went 4 innings and 5 innings respectively, and 6 strikeouts each. He has 16 on the season, so this could be a long day for the Pirates bats if he's on.
Yeah, I was going to say that these Sentinels have been one of the 2 teams. Big swinging foul ball tip there. That'll be another strike. 2-2 on Eli Payton, the second batter for the Pirates. The Sentinels are one of the 2 teams that have beaten that top-seeded team, the other Pirates, then Inland Valley. And the other team that beat them were the Shepherds, who the Pirates just shut out yesterday, 2-0. They did get whacked, and that's the swinging strikeout. First strikeout of the day for Reyes on the mound for the Sentinels.
Now batting, the left fielder number 3, Robbie Trejo.
So the Pirates have a real shot here to prove themselves, as they just beat the Shepherds yesterday, bumped them down in the standings, and now taking on the Sentinels, they have a chance to beat both the teams that gave the top-seeded team their only 2 losses. And for a strike, first pitch looking on Robbie Trejo.
Trejo comes in. He's got 3 of the Pirates' 6 total home runs now following the solo shot from Taylor yesterday. He's got 3 of the 6. He's only hitting .241, but he's got pop, so we'll see.
And he does. He's showing bunt here, and they're going to call a strike.
And Trejo didn't like the call. He thought it was outside. Catcher was set up that way. Thought it was a little generous on the corner. 0-2. Now he's in a hole. He's got a battle here.
Yeah, fight your way out of this one. We did have a runner on second with no outs. Now a real chance here to 2 outs, and runner still sitting on second. Love to bring him to third before the second out. And there's a little contact out to the third baseman. He's checking over at second first, tag at first. And Lockery is able to advance to third base after the throw to first.
That's a great heads-up play by Lockery over there.
Taylor.
What you do is, when the ball's hit in front of you, you're not supposed to advance. So the ball gets hit to third, he freezes, and then when the throw goes to first, it allows him the opportunity to run because the ball's in the air. He made a great read and a great play to get to third. The tag out, even on the wide throw. One down. Two down?
Two down.
Two down. Yeah.
A heads-up play from Chavez over there on third base. And Traby able to make the play even on the wide throw. That one chipped foul for Darren Taylor's first AB of the day. 0-1 count on him.
You know, this schedule over the next week or so is very favorable for the Pirates. They have a lot of home games, so if they can capitalize on this, you know, advantage of playing here at LA Valley College, it would be beneficial to them.
There's the 0-1. 2 outs, runner on third base. Swinging miss makes it 0-2.
This entire week they have been at home a total of 3 times this week, 4 times actually that they've played. Next week they go back out on the road for the majority of their schedule, so it's going to be very important for them to capitalize.
Big pitch here on an 0-2 count with 2 outs. There's some contact out to left field. That'll find the gap and bring in the first run. Dan Lowry, the leadoff batter, coming in off the RBI single from Darren Taylor.
Taylor swinging a hot bat with the home run yesterday, and now a leadoff or a first AB single for him. That's 2 for 3 in his last few at-bats.
Yeah, keep it going. Already have a run here. It's a 1-0 lead now for the Pirates. And it's good for them to get off early. As we talked about, they kind of dig themselves holes early on, and they can't claw back in it until too late. And they do score runs late in late innings, but it ends up being too little too late.
Yeah,
However,
they
if they
have
switch it up.
They have issues with the back end of their rotation and then the back end of the bullpen at times. And the problem is with their pitching staff, they give up runs in what I call in bulk, meaning 5 or 6 an inning.
Wow, got him out on the pickoff.
That's rare.
Very rare. Darren Taylor too slow, not able to get back. That'll be the third out.
So now we're going, you know, top of 2, but Pirates scratch across a run.
Very important, yeah, to get off swinging. And so far, Jimmy Urban has been great on the mound, going 1, 2, 3 in the top of the first. We'll see what happens here in the top of the second in just a minute. And leading off for the Sentinels here in the top of the second, Alex Bueno. Shortstop today, Jimmy Urban, about to throw his first pitch of the second inning. One just outside.
You know, interestingly, we talked about this Pirates pitching staff. They haven't gone deep into games, and I think that's really the key for this ball club is how much they can use their arms, especially if the offense isn't going to be producing 6, 7, 8 runs a game.
Right. Urban with the inside ball now. That's 3 in a row to lead off the second inning. Looking over at the bullpen, there is a Pirates pitcher not warming up, but just getting loose.
That could just be part of their routine. I highly doubt they would be changing pitchers at this point in the game. If Urban is the scheduled starter with his 0 ERA, they're going to run his arm as long as they can.
Yeah, they're definitely going to. Like we said, the game we called against the Shepherds, that loads up the count. 3-2 count now against Alex Bueno. The Shepherds a couple weeks ago, he got the start, came out after, what was that, 4 innings, I believe?
Yeah.
Came out after 4 innings. He said that was the plan. He was performing very well, though, in his start.
Well, and that was the plan because he had already had around 72 pitches, but he had worked the day before in full.
Yeah.
And they didn't want to wear out Jimmy's arm.
And he got a long rest. He did not hop on the plane to Alaska. Told me he was taking way too many summer classes. And
I know
you
that
can relate.
feeling.
So he was not able to join the Alaska road trip as that one in for an inside ball. Urban doesn't like to call there. It's going to be a walk.
I'll tell you why the umpire called that a ball. Because he was set up outside and Jimmy yanked the ball across the plate, umpires rarely give that call because he misses his spot, even if it may be a strike in the zone on a corner.
When you got Bueno in the box there, closer to the plate, and if he reacts to that ball coming in, then immediately he's going to tell the ump that's a little inside, as they just did right there. Another ball from Jimmy Urban.
231 average for Bueno coming in as he took the walk.
There's a 1-0 count. That one's high. 2-0 now.
Bueno does have one stolen base to his name.
See if he thinks about running here. He's sitting on first with no outs. 2-0 count. That one's a low strike. Finding the strike zone here in the second inning. After some...
2-0, get me over fastball. Look for an off-speed pitch right here. Follow it up.
That one chipped to the second baseman, and they'll just take the play over at first base. So Bueno does advance to second.
Hitter number 6, Anthony Salcedo.
So 1 out now and a runner on second base for the Sentinels. And the designated hitter, Anthony Salcedo, up to bat.
Salcedo, 222 line, but a 417 on base. So,
first pitch, strike looking.
You know, it's interesting. He's only got 9 at-bats on his year, so a guy who hasn't seen a lot of playing time.
And another strike there early on, 0-2 count.
You know, that getting over curveball on that last at-bat that was sort of chopped to second is a big pitch because it gets yourself back in the groove,
right,
back over the plate for Urban.
0-2 pitch here. And that's just outside for a ball. Makes it 1-2. Alex Bueno dancing back there at second base, taunting Urban.
Dugout wanted that call. We'll see if the ump is consistent with that today.
That was a close one, yeah. 1-2 pitch here, runner on second base with 1 out. That one's outside.
Consistency of hitting your marks as a pitcher is key. Shows that the stuff has life and your control is on point.
Urban throws one in, and that's just tipped. So he stays alive. Designated hitter Salcedo stepping in once again on a 2-2 count after the foul ball.
You know, timing of these games is also important, Landon. It's 11 a.m. start. See if their bodies are, you know, ready to go, wake, moving. It's a much different time frame than a 4 o'clock or a 2 o'clock.
That one chip foul once again. 2-2 still. And interestingly, about the 11 o'clock game, the sun starts getting hotter and brighter out here in the valley.
It's going to be sweltering.
Yeah.
It'll be a high of 98.
So as you get more tired throughout the game, the sun pounds down on you even more.
Not only is it a high of 98, but I guarantee you on the field it probably feels more like 104 with the way.
Yeah. The heat definitely carries up. And that's another...
The third baseman, number 33, Josh Chavez.
Another 4-3 put out Lingley to Peyton here to get the second out. Ueno does advance to third base, however.
I was impressed yesterday with the Pirates' ability to clean up their defensive miscues. Not as many errors. They did have 2, but they have been known for more this year. And they played a pretty clean ball game by their standards, resulting in a 2-0 win. Most of their errors also came with 2 outs, which sort of minimizes the damage.
We had, 2 at short, 1 at third.
Yes.
Yeah. That one popped up, foul ball, and it'll go beyond the fencing for a 1-1 count on Josh Chavez, playing third base today for the Sentinels. Whereas number 33 stepping in, the right-handed batter, against the lefty Urban. That one almost hit him.
Sort of fell out of his pitch right there. He followed through with his arm angle.
Right. It's a 2-1 count. Runner dancing on third. There's some contact that'll draw foul once again. Ties up the count at 2 apiece.
You know, he needs to really be able to control that slider because he can't become a one-dimensional pitcher off his fastball. It's got a lot of movement on it, but if you have a lot of movement without the control, that's when you hit batters because...
Yeah, well, he was talking about that with us when we got to interview him at one time. He said he's very comfy in his fastball, another foul ball there. Very comfy with his fastball, and the reason why he's even, here, one of the main focuses for the summer league would be to start getting more depth in your pitches. And he said that's what he's working on in college as well, as he is a young player. That one just inside loads up the count.
Urban's hopping out there. He wants those calls. He wants the corner. Yesterday we saw the particular umpire we had was given the Pirates those calls. It sort of probably aided in the 2-0 score that we had.
Full count pitch with 2 outs. There's contact. Left field just foul.
Yeah, he's going to want to mix up that pitch. He's timing up that fastball. You can hear the sound of that bat. He just hooked it foul. Couldn't keep his hips square.
So after the foul ball, here's the second pitch of the full count with 2 outs and a runner on third base. Urban wants to end this inning here and now. And he won't. It's going to be a walk. So now runners in the corners.
Not quite. Runner. Oh, yes. There was one on second. I said,
Center fielder, number 9, Jacob Lopez.
you know, with a 3-2 count, the runner on second isn't going to be going with 2 outs.
It's first and third.
Usually they don't, but in that case he did, and that's why there's runners at the corners.
Here's the first pitches to Jacob Lopez. That one in for a strike. Lopez playing center field, wearing number 9 for the Arroyo Seco Sentinels.
If the narrative of the early innings of this game holds true, Urban is going to have to get the ball over the plate. They are not going to give him a couple of inches outside the zone. They're going to force him to throw the ball over the middle of the plate, and it could be hittable today. We'll see.
Yeah, Urban trying to test the ump, seeing how far out he can go. Strike zone's been a little tight so far here in the first 2 innings. Pickoff attempt over at first, and the first baseman, Peyton, throws it all the way across the field to Taylor at third to check on him. Nothing doing there. Back to the pitcher on the 0-1 count. Here it comes from Urban. There's a little contact. That will go over the first baseman's head, a little blooper. And that brings home the run, and the runner from first makes it all the way to third.
I have a word that I've coined for that. I don't know if anybody else uses it. I use the word doinker. little blinker over the.
That is exactly what that was.
Hitter number 4, Tommy Castillo.
And, as a pitcher, you hate those kinds of plays because you make a good pitch, hitter gets jammed, goes over the first baseman's head.
Yeah, just barely over the first baseman's head, and it even dropped in the infield. It was a weird rainbow arc to it.
Usually the reason the runners don't normally run if there's only one player at second base is because there's no trail runner at first. So you can get thrown out at third, and it's not ruled a stolen base because of the walk, although it could be if the runner is safe, but the catcher has the opportunity to throw the runner out at third because a walk doesn't automatically advance the runners to each bag. So if there's runners at first and second with the runners going and it's a walk, each player will occupy a base, first, second, and third. But if there's a runner at second and they choose to go to third on a 3-2 pitch with no other bases occupied, they have a chance to be thrown out at third base because it's technically classified as a steal. And it's not just a runner moving up. So that's typically why you don't see runners going if they are on second base with no trail runner involved.
First pitch to the extra hitter, Tommy Castillo, is outside for a ball. We're in the same position, runners in the corners with 2 outs. Now a 1-0 count for Castillo's first AB of the day. Jimmy Urban just had a quick mound visit, see if he can get a little more under control, and there's another high ball, 2-0 count now.
So now the catcher has to be wary of a ball in the dirt. The runner from third can score on a wild pitch if it gets away. Situationally, anyways.
2-0. That one is straight over the plate in for a strike, a 2-1 count now. Sentinels did just tie it up, 1 apiece for each team. And runner from first is going, but that will be a foul ball. He's going to have to return. 2-2 count on Tommy Castillo after the RBI single from Jacob Lopez brought home Alex Bueno, who walked to first.
That was a hit and run right there. Usually you see a coach employ that strategy if they want to pressure the pitcher a little bit more, get some traffic on the base pass, induce an error or a wild throw on a swing and miss, or they have an opportunity to score more runs if a ball is hitting the gap.
We will check up on Jacob Lopez over at first. And here comes the 2-2 pitch. 2 outs, 2 runners on. Big swing and a miss ends the inning, so we stay tied at 1 apiece.
Good play there by Urban. It was similar to what we saw yesterday with DeAndre Carter and his ability to work out of jams with runners at second and third in the first inning. That lively fastball working wonders.
We will see you in the bottom of the second. See if the Pirates can continue the runs.
Yeah, it's just
So it's the extra hitter, Andrew Bruglino. He's going to come back out after the third out was off a pickoff over at first base. Takes a strike.
I don't know yet. Whoever that is.
Bruglino normally is the catcher behind the plate. Today, taking a rest, just swinging the bat.
And that's key. You never want to put too much pressure on a guy's knees. And of course, we're obviously not at the major league level. You see guys like Will Smith can go 3, 4, 5 games at a time. But,
That's right.
But this is.
So it's an 0-2 count early on in the first batter in Buglino, and he swings and strikes out.
Again, the same sort of storyline coming in. Chasing balls out of the zone, getting swing and miss on that fastball upstairs. Got to be more disciplined at the plate. You like the aggression, but you can't swing outside the zone.
Right. So it's Lee Branzel coming up to the plate. That's in for a strike. Branzel, yesterday's game against the Shepherds was 0 for 3. Struck out looking once.
This is a team coming in with an average well under 240, so they really look for their opportunities to drive the ball, but they rely on their pitching to really keep them in games.
Yeah, the pitching has come up good so far the past few days. Reyes, on the other hand, on the Sentinels, starting both of these ABs early up. 0-2 count now against Branzel. And a little check swing that was too high, and he did not go. 1-2.
Well, he's going to come out.
So 1-2 count for Lee Branzel, with 1 out after the strikeout. Contact popped up in the infield. Second baseman Sermonelli is there to make the grab. Second out of the inning.
Here comes Langley.
The second baseman on the 13, Nolan Langley.
Langley has provided some pop this year. 3-run bomb against the Shepherds on the road, but it was a moot point because the game was out of reach to a point where the runs didn't really matter.
That it was, and yesterday against the Shepherds, he went 1 for 3 with a single. Takes the first one for a ball.
Reyes, this is going to be a pitcher's duel if the stats are, bear true. You got a guy with Urban who we have been told will only be going 2 innings today. So his day is done. His plan was 2 innings. That's what his staff wanted. So it's going to be a bullpen game. That's what you call a bullpen game when you're switching.
So yesterday was obviously went with their starting pitcher for 6 innings.
The guy who can go deep, so you give the bullpen a rest.
Yeah, they're going to rely on the Bulls in the bullpen. 1-2 count with 2 outs. Nolan Langley at the plate after a 1-3 day yesterday. 1-2 coming in from Reyes, swinging strikeout. So he goes 1-2-3. And the pitching from Reyes has been great so far for the Sentinels. We should have a new pitcher now on the mound for the Pirates here in just a short moment. We'll let him warm up and let you know who it is. So the big man Jimmy Urban's day is done, and it is Dylan Goodrich, number 10, coming in for the Pirates.
Now,
So
this is going to be a real test for this pitching staff. They come in with a 5.83 ERA as a team. Following the game yesterday, I'm sure that mark has decreased, but the issue now remains, how much can this bullpen hold their own? Goodrich comes in with a 4.5 ERA alone on his personal line.
Goodrich attends Glendale College.
Actually, correction, 7.5 ERA, so much higher. And he's only played in 4 of, so far, the now 13th game of the season. 14th game of the season. Given up 21 hits. I mean, that's a lot. And 10 earned runs.
It is a lot, yeah. So 3-1 count now for the bottom of the order. The Sentinels, Jesse Espinoza playing left field today. Goodrich sends one in, and that'll be a walk.
Pitcher, that's what you don't want to live with, is the walks. You can deal with the hits, especially when they're not something where you're leaving what's called a cookie over the middle of the plate, or something that has no spin or rotation and just sort of sits there. What you can't deal with is the walks, because that's a self-inflicted wound where you lose control of the strike zone.
Yes, it is. Strike there. Speaking of the strike zone, to the leadoff batter, Bryce Sermonelli. 0-1 count now.
0 for 1, a ground out to short. First time up.
And there's another one on the ground, but this might actually make him safe, and it does. An error. And Jesse Espinoza was on first, and he noticed the bad throw and came all the way around to third base.
And that was a bad read by Goodrich. It should have been his ball. I know it's in between, but when you have a second baseman in the middle charging like that, when you give up on it and there's some miscommunication, it leads to problems, and that's what happened right there. Runners at the corners with nobody out.
That's exactly right. Now facing Antonio Andrade, who struck out looking in the first inning. That was against Jimmy Urban, the starting pitcher. That's a ball. So 1-0 count now. Runners in the corners with no outs. Popped up. It'll be a foul ball.
Defensive positioning shows here that the infield and this team are willing to concede a run for at least 1 out, if not 2 on a double play. They're double play depth, and they're not playing in on the baseline near the third base bag, so they're not willing to get the run out at home.
That one just high, misses the zone. So it's a 2-1 count.
Outfield is also playing pretty deep for a league like this.
That one in for a strike. Caught him looking there. A 2-2 count now. And out here would do wonders.
Strikeout would do wonders for Goodrich's confidence following that error.
We still have the runner on first. Be great to keep him there.
Now, there was a Goodrich in the big leagues with similar hair.
He does get a strikeout. Second strikeout of the day for Antonio Andrade, and first for the reliever, Goodrich. Mikey Easter now coming up to the plate, the left-handed batter. What a name he's got.
That's a big league name.
That's a big league name, Mikey Easter.
Mikey Easter.
I like it. He did fly out to left field in the first inning. And in for a strike. 0-1.
Oh, they called Mark Friedrich for the Tigers. They called him the Bird, and he had similar features to Goodrich. He had the hair and similar height. He didn't play very long, but played for the Tigers in the 70s, and I just see the same sort of makeup
Now batting.
in terms of physical characteristics.
So the sacrifice fly out to center field brings home Jesse Espinoza, and with that, the Sentinels will take a 1-run lead.
So like we just said, conceding the run for the out with a runner at third. Playing deep. Still early in this game, which is why you would see that. We're only in the top half of the third inning.
Strike in on Alex Bueno. He walked in the second, came all the way around to score. He was the tying run after the Pirates got their early lead in the bottom of the first. One way outside, 1-1 count.
Having trouble locating that fastball all of a sudden. He's kind of been a little wild, Goodrich, since he came into this game. He's leaving balls upstairs, leaving them a little high. You might want to throw an off-speed pitch here to just establish the zone and get back in control.
We'll check up on Alex Bueno over there at first. Sorry, on Bryce Terminelli. Bueno's at the plate. 1-1 count on him. 2 outs, runner on first. Outside once again.
Bullpen being tested. We'll see how long and how many arms. They throw here today.
Runner's going. Throw is there. He drops the ball.
Throw beat him, but it was wide. It was wide to the left side of the bag. It forces the shortstop to have to come over with the swipe tag across his body, unable to control the ball.
I've been curious to see if that would have been an out if he was able to keep it in the glove. It was close. As you said, yeah, the throw a little to the left of the bag, hard to come around in time. 3-1 count. That's an outside strike. Full count on Alex Bueno with 2 outs. Runner now on second after the steal.
See if the runner from second chooses to go. We saw that in the first inning. Ended up on third base.
That'll walk him. It's outside on the full count. So just like in the second inning, Alex Bueno walks here in the third.
25, Jake Traby.
A team that has given up, prior to yesterday's game, 57 total walks as a staff. So they're going to need to curb that.
$5,130 feet.
Of total bases?
Yes.
Is that where we're going? Wow. Good calculations.
Quick math.
Solid.
Runners on first and second with 2 outs. Sentinels already have a run here in this inning. And that's a knock out to right field. That'll bring in another.
No. I think he's out.
And he's out.
What a throw.
What a throw. Way to bring it in there. Not allow another run. So we're just going a 2-1 lead.
That was, the step through from right field established that one hop. And in this league, you don't have to give a lane for the runner to the plate. So he's able to block it and get the out.
Perfect situation to bring out the bats of the Pirates. 2-1 lead for the Sentinels here, going to the bottom of the third.
No, it's bizarre. Firestone on our rosters is listed as a pitcher, I think. But I don't think I've seen him pitch this year. So clearly he doesn't play that position. Firestone getting the start today to give Buglino a day off for his legs. Although Buglino, no, he wouldn't be catching game 2. The SBL Bucks will be our game 2 coverage.
Inside ball there, just inside on Ethan Firestone.
Now, what I can notice from this lineup is they like to really crowd the plate.
Yeah.
They don't like to give inches off. They like to own it as best they can. It chokes off the outside part of the plate as well because they can reach out over.
Yeah.
So the pitcher doesn't have as much room to work.
Exactly, and that one way outside there. Crowding the plate does make those pitches go outside a little more. That went in for an outside strike. 2-1 count on Ethan Firestone. Like you said, he's playing catcher today, giving the ever-reliable Buglino a rest behind the plate. Nice contact there. Popped up left field, and the shortstop makes the grab in Bueno.
Fielder number 26, Brady Shrink.
So a Bueno catch from Bueno, able to track that ball.
Wouldn't it be muy bueno? Because I thought it was very good because he was twisting. He was twisting
It was,
a bit.
yeah. He tracked that ball going back. And Firestone will sit down on his first AB of the day. Brady Shrink now coming out, playing right field today. Crack of the bat to the third baseman, and he makes the grab.
And again, this Ventura team, I'd like to see them take a couple more pitches. I think they're a little too aggressive. Try to force the pitcher to get a little bit wild. Especially with this guy's ERA, he's not going to give you a lot of room to work. So Reyes is in command, and the Pirates aren't helping themselves with how aggressive they're being.
Reyes has a chance to go 1-2-3 for the second time in a row on a strike on Cy Mezin, the youngin from Hawaii.
God, what I wouldn't give to live there. Hawaii? What a place, man. Although it's got to be hot.
That one chopped over. Third baseman picks it up, throws it over to Traby at first, and that'll end the inning. A second 1-2-3 for Reyes, who's had a great showing so far on the mound for the Sentinels. We go to the top of the fourth here in just a minute.
On my iPad. Which playlist? I'll find it.
Welcome back, top of the fourth. And it is Dylan Goodrich that is starting his second inning of work here. That one in for a strike.
That was his best curveball I've seen him throw. It's interesting. His ERA here for the Pirates mirrors that of what she did in college. 10 appearances, 6 starts, a 1-1 record, and a 7.54 ERA. So it's almost exact to what he's been giving the Pirates this year.
0-2 count early on the designated hitter, Salcedo. Chopped over third base side. He picks it up, makes the throw way across. Good throw from Taylor over there at third to Peyton to get the first out of the inning.
Taylor had some purpose behind that because he knew there was speed at the plate. So he had to get it out quick. Good strike to first.
It was a close one. And interestingly, I just noticed that Buglino's back behind the plate playing catcher.
They can alternate. We've seen that this year.
Another strike there in on Josh Chavez. In the second inning, he walked on a full count, came all the way around to third base, was left stranded there. Inside on a ball. 1-1 count. There's the 1-1, lined directly to the second baseman. It was like his feet was planted in cement. He did not have to move for that at all.
That's what you call the ball finds you. The ball catches you, you don't catch the ball. That's what that is. It just
Smarter, not harder for Lingley out there. Makes the easy grab for the second out of the inning. Jacob Lopez up to the plate now, who singled in the second inning. It's outside for a ball. One 1-0 count on Jacob Lopez. Swinging, sends it foul, third base side.
Lopez just 2 hits on his season coming into today.
Has one already today. And it was an RBI single.
So he drove in the run. I'm going to assume it was the run to tie it up.
Yes, in the second inning. That one just chipped over third base side. A weird hit. Pitcher has to go grab it. What a stretch at first from Peyton.
That's big league right there. That's...
Does the splits. I did the splits when I was a kid skateboarding by accident one time, and I pulled my groin.
I have no ability. None.
What a stretch. What a stretch from Peyton to end the inning.
Yeah, that was about as seamless as it could be. Pitcher fielding his position and throwing a strike to first.
Exactly right. So 1-2-3 inning for the reliever, Goodrich. And Pirates bats are coming back out. We'll see you in a minute. So top of the order here in the bottom of the fourth. We've had 3 1-2-3 innings in a row, 2 of them coming from this guy on the mound, the starting pitcher, Reyes for the Sentinels. He's been absolutely lights out so far, only allowing a run in the first inning. Top of the order, Dan Lahry singled in the first and came all the way around to score. Showing bunt, makes some contact, pitcher picks it up, throws it to first for the first out of the inning.
That could have been one of two reasons he showed the bunt there. Could have been by design from the bench,
First baseman number 35.
from the dugout, the coaching staff wanted him to do it, or he thought it could ignite the offense to get on base with his speed, so he tried it. Unfortunately, it wasn't far enough down the third base line. It was closer to the pitcher's mound, and it made it easier for the out.
Yes, it did. So 2 in a row for the 1-3 putout. Here's Eli Payton. He struck out swinging in the first. Inside for a ball on the lefty.
You know, yesterday's game we saw the Pirates. They came back late and made the run. Maybe that's going to be similar today. A 2-1 score, a pitcher's duel through 3 1/3.
Takes another ball here. That one's high. 2-0 count. And it's interesting you're talking about a pitcher's duel. It's funny when you got one team, the starting pitcher has been playing very well. 2, 1, 2, 3 innings in a row, as we said. And then on the other side, we're kind of playing a bullpen game for the Pirates. So 2 opposite situations, but both pitching staffs coming up good so far. It's a low-scoring game.
And you got a guy in Reyes, like I said earlier, an ERA under 1 coming into this game. So
yeah, he's used to this type of performance, and so is the Sentinels coaching staff. I'm sure they're happy with his performance so far. Here we are in the 4th. Only giving up 1 run, and that'll walk him. That's his first walk of the day. As we're just talking about how dominant he was.
The left fielder number 3, Robbie.
He gives up a free one for Eli Payton. Robbie Trado coming out here. Pirates haven't worked through their batting order too quickly because of the 1, 2, 3s. It's only their second AB here in the 4th inning. Runner on first with 1 out. Checks on him twice. Dives back both times. And that one, an outside strike.
you know, this Pirates team likes to steal some bases. We'll see if they get aggressive.
Oh, 1 runner's going, but it's fouled behind him.
I guess I called it.
Yeah, we got to get this aggressive base running coming back for the Pirates, as we've grown accustomed to watching. Now it's an 0-2 count after the foul ball. Runner still sitting on first. 2-1 the score. The Sentinels have the lead. Another check over at first. Lost track of the ball, but able to keep it near the first base.
You know, we saw 2 pickoffs yesterday at second base. One from Buglino and one from the Saints catcher.
Mm-hmm. Oh, 2. There's some contact. Left field. And Espinoza makes the grab for the Sentinels. Second out of the inning.
Now batting, the third baseman number 28, Darren Taylor.
And the offense just feels a bit lifeless, doesn't it? The dugout needs to get a little jolt in their system. Maybe they got to make some noise in there, pump some of the guys up.
Well, look who's up to the plate. The man who did give the jolt yesterday with the solo home run. And he led off here in the first inning, his first AB, with a single. He was caught sleeping, though, with the pickoff. Wasn't able to get back to first base in time. Reyes threw him out. First pitch is a foul ball. So an 0-1 count with 2 outs, runner on first base. Try to pick him off again, no good. Here's the 0-1. I went outside, a check swing. He does not come around, so it's a 1-1 count.
From naked eye, I thought he went.
That was a close one. Definitely. 1-1, 2 outs. And Reyes sends it, grazes the outside corner for another strike. 1-2 count.
With closer middle away, and I think Taylor could have taken a rip at that. That's sort of the part of the plate he hit the home run on yesterday.
Yeah.
A little too conservative.
Quick pause in between pitches on the 1-2. One and two count with 2 outs, runner on first. Darren Taylor at the plate. Way outside. Ties up the count at 2 apiece. Justin, do you think he's confident there at the plate? I mean, he had the home run yesterday. He led off today with the single.
I think the hot bat gives him the belief he can do it in any count, in any situation. That pitch designed outside.
Runner's going, swinging. It's a strikeout, so it doesn't even matter. And that ends the inning.
Great pitch, slider diving out in front of the plate away. Got him to fish.
Got him to fish and nothing on the line. So it's another goose egg for the Pirates after the 1-run inning in the first. Haven't put up anything since. We go to the top of the 5th inning with the Sentinels bats coming out soon. Top of the 5th inning. And Tommy Castillo, extra hitter, big swing and a miss to start things off.
Really nice changeup. That one had some depth.
So Goodrich starting his 3rd inning of work. If he completes it, that'll be longer than the starter, Jimmy Urban, another swinging strike. It was the plan to take out Urban after 2 innings. 'Cause we've seen that with him particularly.
Yeah.
He really, like you said, and I said it as well, only kind of likes to go 2 to 4 innings. Not that it's his decision, more maybe coaching staff. That one sent out to right field, a little weird diving catch. He wasn't able to track that ball well. Not a dive to be flashy, but
Yeah, that was a dive, not to because it wasn't as difficult. He just had trouble twisting and turning in midair.
Yes. Exactly right. But nonetheless, it's the first out of the inning. And that brings up Jesse Espinosa, who walked in the third inning and came all the way around to score off of the RBI sac fly from Mikey Easter.
The Pirates do not have a day off tomorrow or really for the rest of the week. Until July 2nd. So it's going to be...
They're swashbuckling all week?
Yeah, they are.
Wow. 1-1 count with 1 out, that one in the dirt.
So they're going to be strapped and their arms might get tired because that's a heavy workload.
Yeah, and you just pitched DeAndre Carter 6 full innings yesterday, so he's going to need at least a couple games before he can come out and do a couple innings even, you know. Jimmy Urban, obviously, really quick showing today, so he should be able to come back out not too long. 2-2 count. Goodrich sends it in. Little contact, that'll draw foul. The man on deck grabs it with his hand. Goodrich winding up and delivering the 2-2. There's another hit, foul ball on the third base side.
See how long Goodrich can go here.
And that ball has the same fate as the last two. Foul ball third base side.
Maybe entrusted to work the bulk of these middle innings, get it to the back end with a chance for the rest of the bullpen and the offense to pick them up.
We do have a man slowly warming up in the bullpen, not throwing full speed yet. And that one will be fair. It is popped up in the outfield, and the left fielder, Trado, makes the grab.
Now batting. The second baseman, number 19, Bryce Terminelli.
So Bryce Terminelli up to the plate now. He reached on an error in the third inning. The first, he grounded to short.
Again, we're only averaging about 10 to 15 minutes an inning, so this game is going by.
2 outs, and now a 1-0 count.
Pretty fast. Yesterday's game was equally as quick in a 2-0 victory.
That one in for a strike, 1-1 count. Way outside on the lefty. 2-1. Two outs, no runners on for the Sentinels. As Goodrich looks down at his catcher and delivers. One tipped straight back. 2-2.
Another count with 2 strikes. Goodrich has done a pretty good job at keeping his head in the game. He's not getting behind in 3-ball counts. It keeps him, in rhythm, and he's able to keep his pitch count to a minimum.
That's exactly right. Looking to complete his third inning of work so far. Two and two with 2 outs. Outside. Full count.
Broadcaster's jinx. Now we got a 3-2.
Comes the full count pitch here on the leadoff batter, Bryce Sermonelli. He swings at that one. That's popped in the infield. Taylor is under it, makes the grab. A second 1-2-3 inning in a row for Goodrich.
Great pitch, jammed him in on his hands with a curveball. That's a great 3-2 choice. He's probably looking fastball there, and he gets popped up with a nice location.
So they're able to hold the Sentinels still to the 1-run lead. It's 2-1. The Pirates bats will try to answer. Little banter between the ump and the coach of the Pirates to get things started here. It's a hot one, folks. Bottom of the fifth, 91 degrees. We're under a heat advisory. The high is 95.
I have a high of 98 as my app.
Do you?
So, yes.
I'll take 98. It sounds like worse conditions. 1-0 count to start things off for Andrew Buglino. Started out as the extra hitter, and we noticed he came in to start catching, as he normally does. Foul tip makes it 1-1. That one popped up. That'll be a foul ball.
Team that comes in with over 150 strikeouts on the season already. I mean, that's a lot of swing and miss. The philosophy could be that they're willing to sacrifice the strikeouts for the aggression. You see that in the major leagues a lot as well, with the launch angle and the willingness to hit home runs.
You can charge it now. You gonna put the charger on?
It's a 1-2 count.
We don't have to do it now. We do it later.
Buglino swings at a low pitch, but able to make contact.
We can just plug it into that block. Will it affect any of the music?
Umpire hand delivers the ball and has a quick word with Reyes. Not sure about what.
That could have been to give the catcher a minute because it went off his mask.
Potentially.
Yeah, so I think that was the reasoning behind that.
So no outs and still a 1-2 count after the foul tip. Able to make contact again and draw that one foul to stay alive. So the third pitch of the 1-2 count. That one will be fair out to the outfield, the left center. Left fielder Espinoza able to make the grab.
That was probably the best hit ball of the day. You could hear it. Nice drive, but good speed over there and left for the out.
Lee Branzel steps into the batter's box after popping up to the second baseman in the second inning. He takes a strike. We've talked about Reyes, the starting pitcher for the Sentinels, in his fifth inning of work now. Way outside on that pitch, ties up the count at 1 apiece.
Yeah, he's just had this sort of workman-like attitude out there, Reyes has. Almost like a cyborg. It's like, give me the ball.
Yeah, he's been a cyborg for sure, yeah. Only given up 1 run so far. That was early on in the bottom of the first.
I mean, look at how quick his delivery is, too. He's not wasting any time in between pitches.
It's like hitting from a ball machine, but it can actually throw different
angles. Yeah. Yeah.
2-1 count. 1 out. Lee Branzel at the plate. Contact and hits the catcher once again. So it's a 2-2 count. And it's Mikey Easter back there taking a little bit of a beating this inning.
Understatement of the afternoon. He's the price of being a catcher.
2-2 count on Lee Branzel, the shortstop for today.
That's a great spot right there. Just curls over the outside corner of the plate. The batter doesn't really know what to do with that pitch because it's near his sort of his upper chest area, so it could be called a strike. It's not good enough to hit.
He delivers on the full count. And that's a ball. He'll take his base. First time on base for the day for Lee Branzel.
Not bad, not bad. The second baseman, Nolan Lindley.
Nolan Lingley struck out in the second inning. Up to the plate now.
Pirates haven't had many chances with nobody out, so with at least 1 out.
Swinging. Foul tip.
I don't think I've ever seen this many foul tips in one game that have just been
like barely
caught.
Foul tips, yeah, where it's 0-1. He chases a wide ball, pops it up, and it finds the gap. And Lee Branzel got an early run there, and he was able to make it all the way. So with the early run, a nice lead from Lee Branzel. He took off, made it all the way to third after the single from Nolan Lingley.
Yeah, running on contact. I thought that would have been the first baseman's ball. I think he should have gone out and tried to snow cone that. I think it would have been too tough for the right fielder to come in and make the play. You know, talking about those foul tips, the reason for that could be late movement on those off-speed pitches, and they're just not catching up to it.
Ethan Firestone up to the plate with a real chance to tie this thing up. There's only 1 out, and Lee Branzel is eagerly waiting at third base. Swinging strike to start things off for Firestone.
And Firestone's job right here is to get the ball in the air. Less than 2 outs, runner at first and third. A double play doesn't do you any good here.
Waits the 0-1 pitch and takes a ball.
And the reason I say a fly ball instead of a base hit, even though that would be a bonus, is because the offense has struggled so much, but the pitching has done their job. To tie it up would be so valuable at this stage of the game.
Yes, it would. In these middle stages here, crucial innings, easily looked over though. There's some contact. Regardless of the catch, it should bring home a run. He's going to tag up. Here he comes. They're not even going to try to throw home.
Job well done. That's great situational play there.
Now batting. The right fielder.
By not Brenzel. Who was up? Brenzel was the one that came home.
Ethan Firestone.
Yes. They've been alternating him and Bugolino back there behind the plate.
So Brenzel comes all the way home after a sacrifice fly RBI from Ethan Firestone. Nolan Lingley has to stay at first due to the throw from right field. Andrade just threw it to second rather than trying for home. 2 outs, runner on first, strike on Brady Shrink.
And really Lingley is the ringleader of the offense this year. We got the 3-run homer, then he gets the single. I mean, he's really the key cog in how that run was manufactured right there with that blooper.
Yeah, Lingley, when his number is called, he's there. And that home run that we keep touching on, his number was literally called. He was a pinch hitter. He wasn't in until 8th inning or 7th or 8th when he hit it.
Actually, I think it was the 9th.
Was it? 0-1 count, runner going. But he pops it foul. 0-2.
And now the Pirates have a chance to be a little bit more aggressive because now that it's tied, you're not playing from behind, you want to go take the lead, which you see the runner moving on contact there.
That's exactly right. It's an 0-2 count. An early pitcher's count for Reyes, who has been great today on the mound for the Sentinels. He throws one high.
After this half. Yeah.
It's a 1-2 count now on Shrink. He lined out to third base in the 3rd inning. Runner's going. It's a high pitch. The throw wide. He's safe. The throw was wide, but it was in the running path.
Yeah.
So it could have worked, but doesn't.
And then you have the dilemma of when and where the tag would be applied. Plus, also you got the runner moving. Could he go inside the baseline and then the umpire calling him out? Inside the baseline means that there's a direct path to the base that the runner is supposed to follow. And if he doesn't do that, the umpire has the right of way to call him out on the play.
So Nolan Lingley with the aggressive base running, stolen base. He's sitting on second now. There are 2 outs and a 2-2 count. And Brady Shrink sends that one directly behind him. Good contact to stay alive in this one with 2 outs. They already tied it up in this inning.
The single should get Lingley home with his speed.
It might do just that. Brady Shrink, I'm sure, would love to bring him in. That one high, and that loads up the count. Chives and cheese.
Really? What? I have no idea where that's going.
A loaded potato.
Oh, that was my.
I'm going back to it.
I'm retiring that.
Well, I'm reviving it. It's a 3-2
okay,
count.
You're reviving it? Okay, it sticks.
It's a 3-2 count with 2 outs. Nolan Lingley waiting patiently on second.
I think the runner goes here.
He's got a nice lead. And Reyes checks on him. He's going to deliver the pitch. That one right down the zone. He strikes out looking.
Yeah, that's going to frustrate.
That's a pitch you got to hit.
Yeah,
got to swing at.
He's got to swing at that. He's going to take that one right down the middle. Unless he was looking for a breaking ball. That's all I can think of.
But we shouldn't be too negative because the Pirates did tie this one up in the inning. It's 2-2 now.
Please be sure to follow your Ventura County Pirates on social media by scanning the QR code posted behind.
Antonio Andrade coming out to lead off the top of the 6th inning for the Arroyo Seco Sentinels. The Pirates just tied it up. It's 2-2 here in the 6th inning. We got a lot of fun baseball ahead with a tie game here. Strike.
You spoke about this sort of game note yesterday, but the Pirates have an even record, 0-0 and a tie because of a technical issue.
That one knocked over to the third baseman. He had to go on the ground to get it, and still the throw comes in time. Another great play from Taylor over there at third base.
Planting your feet, strong throw.
Catcher number 32, Mikey Easter.
So they have a 0-0 and 1 record when tied after the 6th, 7th, or 8th, a 3-1 record when leading after the 7th and the 8th, and when trailing after the 6th, they have an 0-8 record. So this tie score right now is looming large.
A little contact out to the second baseman. Lingley to Peyton. Easy out.
Now batting. The shortstop number 2, Alex Bueno.
It's been a quick top of the 6th so far. And Goodrich with Alex Bueno coming to the plate, eyeing a third 1-2-3 inning in a row.
His team only with 3 hits.
Goodrich has had a great relief performance so far, but that one in the dirt. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. We'll see what happens. Should always just call it afterwards, not predict. 1-0 count. 2 outs. Nobody on.
We spoke about the errors earlier. Today's game, and they're below their season average. They only have 1.
Yeah.
So clean game. Good pitching again.
4 total walks for the pitching staff today. 2 of them from the starting Urban and 2 from Goodrich. That one in for a strike.
Again, Goodrich not getting too far behind in the count.
That's exactly right.
And those curveballs have helped him today.
There's another one just a little too low. Makes it 3-1. That was a close one.
Yeah. Borderline calls can go either way.
That's the nature of the game. 3-1 count. 2 outs. Goodrich looking to load this one up, but he does not. He walks him, and he's frustrated with himself about that.
Just as he yanked the pitch,
Now batting.
arm side across the body.
5, Jake Traby.
So it's the 3rd walk of the day for Goodrich, 5th in total for the Pirates. And Jake Traby, first baseman, will come up to the plate with 2 outs and a runner on first for the Sentinels. Another one low and outside.
I think this might be Goodrich's last inning. Warming up in the bullpen right now. We're getting later into this game.
On the 1-0, that one in for a strike. 1-1 now.
This would be you said his third inning of work, correct, or fourth?
This is fourth.
Fourth, yeah. So I think this one might be
He's gone.
as far as he goes.
He's gone 3 2/3 so far. Some contact out to right field. Schrank is under it and makes the grab to end the inning.
Wonderful work by Goodrich today. Really solid pitching. Had to rely on the bullpen because Urban only gave you a couple of innings. He's done his job nicely today.
That's exactly right. 2 out of his 4 innings of work were 1, 2, 3 innings. He did have 3 walks of his own and gave up 1 run. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
Designated hitter, number 17, Cy Mezen.
Here we go, bottom of the 6th, and it's bottom of the order with Cy Mezen coming out for the Pirates. New pitcher on the mound for the Sentinels after a great showing from the starting pitcher Reyes is Jordan Townley, and his first pitch of the day is a strike.
Fortunately, Reyes won't qualify for the win because this score is tied. Great day. The bottom half of the 6th right now. So he goes 5.
Another strike there. 0-2 count early on.
Hello. All right.
Here's the 0-2. That one's inside.
Wanted it outside. I think he missed his location completely. Did Townley?
It had a nice curve to it, though. The rainbow definitely looked way high and came back down, but was inside. 1-2 count. That one's in for a looking strike.
I haven't signed like that one that much.
Look down the middle of
Look
me.
down the middle of it as well, yeah. Good strong start for Townley.
The center fielder, number 1, Dan Loftery.
A guy that comes in with a 7.2 ERA and only 2 appearances.
Well, it's a very strong start because even with Goodrich's great relieving, A lot of these guys we've noticed come in, and that first batter they face, they walk them most of the time, I would say, or give up a hit in that first appearance. That's a ball there on the leadoff batter, Dan Lowry.
Goodrich's day is done on 68 pitches. Was the 68 for the Sentinel starter for Reyes?
I don't know.
I believe that it's 68 for Goodrich, and his day is done. Farah is in the bullpen warming, and he'll come in next half.
2-1 count.
For the Pirates, you really want to get the lead now and let the strong back half of your bullpen shut the door.
Takes the ball there, 3-1. Lowry scored in the first after his single with an RBI from Darren Taylor. Swings at a ball inside. It'll be straight two.
That was a home run swing. You want to leave the yard. 3-1 count, you can afford to do that. You're ahead.
Now we're sitting at a full count. With one out. That one's low. He'll take his base.
A lot of runners on with one out today.
The first baseman, number 35, Eli Payton.
Peyton with a chance.
Well, and if you're the Pirates, you have aggressive base running. And if I'm Lowry, I wanna advance to second base here. But there's a swing on the first pitch, straight to center field for an out. So we'll have to stay at first base.
Want to attack the bullpen.
The left fielder, number 3, Robbie Treto.
You can sort of afford to do that because it's a new arm, so you want to get a feel for his pitches, but be a little bit more aggressive because they're going to go shorter length.
2 outs. Runner on first base. Robbie Treto to the plate. Runner's going. And the catcher not able to wrangle that ball.
I don't think he would have been out anyway. I think his jump was so strong that even if that one was handled, I think he would have been safe pretty easily at second base.
So it was a ball. So a 1-0 count on Robbie Treto, and Lowry advances to second base. Way inside.
2 seconds. You're back. Great.
Two-0 count. Some nice contact, right field, and he's not able to make it. That'll bring in a run. It's an RBI. He's turning for 3. An RBI stand-up triple for Robbie Treto.
That is huge at this stage of the game. The back end of the bullpen for the Pirates is lethal.
Now batting, third baseman, number 28, Darren Taylor.
Pitching has been strong. They got the opportunity they needed and capitalized on it. Treto goes the other way with an RBI triple.
One low in the dirt.
And now, you know, if you're the Pirates, you want that insurance run, give your bullpen some breathing room.
You got a chance at it. Runner on third. There are 2 outs. That ball has to touch the ground. Darren Taylor is one of the many guys that you would want at the plate in this moment, though.
Had the home run in this situation yesterday. Also, Rice has got to be careful back there not let a ball get in the dirt and get away, get that run home from third with 2 outs.
That's right. A few of these pitches have been in the dirt, so playing with fire is Townley. What a knock. Left field. That'll bring in another insurance run. And he's going to turn for 2. An easy double for Darren Taylor. So it's an RBI double. 2 extra base hit RBIs in a row for the Pirates.
The catcher number 6, Andrew Lino.
Literally, basically the 2 best swings of the day from this Pirates lineup, and they result in runs.
That brings the Pirates lead to 2. A 4-2 lead. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning, Darren Taylor now at second base with Andrew Baglino up to bat. He's 0 for 2 on the day. I'm sure he'd love to get in on the fun. Sends that one foul.
Now for the Pirates, not only do you want to add on, but you need to stay focused. There's still 3 more innings to play here. This game is nowhere near over. It's only a 2-run margin. We've seen things get away from them before.
And it's interesting, these past 2 games, counting today, 0-2 count now, the Pirates have performed well with 2 outs. They've been able to get runners on base, bring a few people home, some nice hits, and all this action that we've been watching here, there's been 2 outs the whole time. It's impressive, the Pirates offense. 0-2. That's outside.
That's called clutch, basically, right there. When you have 2 out RBIs like that at this stage of the game,
Yeah.
it's high leverage situations. It's a really solid play.
1-2 coming in, and that's a called strike.
That's a really nasty curveball right over the middle of the plate. Way to hold the bleeding at 2 if you're Townley, but now it's up to the bullpen to really shut the door over the next 3.
Yes, it is. We'll see what the Pirates bullpen can do here. We're going to let the pitcher warm up. Should be Daniel Parra coming up to the mound, and we'll see if the Pirates can hang on to this 2-run lead. Top of the 7th coming your way soon.
This is top 7.
Welcome back, top of the 7th inning. New pitcher on the mound for the Pirates is Daniel Parra after a great showing from Goodrich. He came in the 3rd inning. Pitched all the way through the 6th. Now here in the 7th. The weight is on the shoulders of Parra to continue the good pitching of the Pirates. He throws a ball to Anthony Salcedo. That one knocked up in the air. Center fielder tracking it. What a catch from Lowry. He's had himself a game already.
Parra, only his second appearance.
The third baseman, number 33, Josh Chavez.
Correction, actually his fourth appearance. He does have a loss on his ledger, and he has the highest ERA on the team. So it's going to be big for him to get on a roll.
Good start there with the pop fly, but that ball way high on Josh Chavez.
An ERA, and hold your breath, folks, 42.43. That is not a typo.
Yeah, that has to be a typo.
It's not. I guarantee you, I am reading it.
That one sent straight in the gap between first and second. It'll be a base hit for Josh Chavez. First of the day for him.
Center fielder, number 9, Jacob Lopez.
Second time on base for Chavez. He did walk in the second inning. First hit of the day, though. So with one out now, runner on first for the Sentinels as they find themselves down by 2 runs. That's a ball. Sentinels.
Actually, folks, I was looking at the wrong line. You can breathe a little easier sigh of relief. 7.5.
What were you reading?
I was reading Reese Matheson's line. That was
That's outside.
Which means he actually had, he still has a loss on the ledger.
I've already got it queued up. Take that.
7 Ks on his line.
It's 2-0. If you're listening, Daniel Parra's parents or family,
Yeah,
we're sorry.
breathe. We're very sorry.
And that one hit him.
Came into this game with 15 hit batters. So
Make it 16.
that's Parra struggling.
Extra hitter, number 4, Tommy Castillo.
You know, I'm surprised that they put him in this leverage situation.
Castillo up to the plate now. He's 0 for 2 on the day.
JP Claire only went 1 the other day. They may be giving him the day off. He's an available option with a lower ERA.
There's a swinging strike, though, and a nice pitch that slid outside. Ethan Firestone behind the plate now. They've been doing double duty between him and Buglino, switching off behind the plate every few innings. One's knocked out to right center, and the right fielder will grab it and Schrank. However, runner will tag up. So Josh Chavez makes it to third.
I just think it's a bit of an interesting choice of players on the mound. It could mean that you're strapped in the bullpen. You use Urban to start, but because he usually comes out of the pen, only gives you 2. Goodrich goes 4, and because you ended up using the bulk of your innings with Carter the other day, and Yosfan came in to close, there's not a lot left.
Yosfan did 1 inning.
Yeah, and he would be the designated closer based on what his stats are telling us.
Right. There's a strike. There are 2 outs. Runners in the corners, first and third. Bottom of the order for the Sentinels. The contact lines it foul on the third base side. 0-2 count.
He's catching up to that fastball. You need an off-speed pitch here to change up the rhythm. This is the go-ahead run. At the plate right now.
0-2 count with 2 outs.
Whoa.
And a ball on a pitch that looked right over the middle.
Yeah, I don't know where that was. It's rare that we would disagree with a call. That looked to be a strike.
Pirates bench and coaching staff not happy with that. Runner goes, swinging strikeout.
That's a big play for the confidence of Parra right there. Preserves the 2-run lead. He gets out of a jam.
Fans, it's that time. Please stand and sing along as we play Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
Later innings of this game. It'll be interesting to see if the Pirates can add any more runs.
Oh, and chipped foul. Lee Branzella kicking things off here, bottom of the 7th. Just Jordan Townley on the mound for his second inning of work.
Again, record
Swinging strike.
when leading after 6 is now 4-1. It could be 5-1 if this lead holds. You know, there's a narrative that I think could be brought up here. The Camacho brothers are not in the lineup today. And Fredo and Taylor, for the most part, have carried the offense the past couple days. Taylor with a home run to left to give him a 2-0 lead yesterday. And now Fredo with that RBI single, which gave them a 4-2 lead.
There's a hit. Center field. Should be an easy play. And it is. Please continue.
If they can get all 4 of those guys going.
Now batting. Second baseman number 13. Nolan.
Okay, Taylor followed with the single. Trado had the triple with 2 outs. So if they can get all 4 of those guys going at the same time, you can imagine how lethal that lineup, that combination can be. But they haven't had an opportunity because they haven't played together. Because Camacho keeps getting days off.
Yeah. We got 2 Camachos, both of them.
Right, both of them are getting the day off today.
And Ryan, I believe, is the leader in the league. Best batter in the league. Both of them are top 5 in the entire league, batting wise. It's a 1-1
I will
count.
confirm for you.
Please do. Nolan Lingley.
Yes, Ryan, you're correct.
Ryan, top of the league, taking a rest today. And Lingley takes a ball outside. He's 1 for 2 on the day with a single. That one rocketed, and that will find the gap in the infield, straight out to center field.
That's something we haven't
Single.
seen much of today.
No, send it straight down the middle.
Yeah.
The catcher number 30, Ethan Firestone.
So it's 2 singles in a row for Lingley. Got one in the 5th, and got one here in the 7th.
The Pirates are a pull-happy team. They like to pull the ball. So it'd be nice to see them go a little more square it up and keep him to all sides of the field.
Ethan Firestone up to the plate here in the 7th. In the 5th, he did have the sac fly with an RBI. He is 0 for 2 on the day. Both flyouts. Takes a ball inside. One and 0 count on Firestone. That one curves back in. One and one now. With one out and a runner on first for the Pirates. Inside strike.
I don't think anybody's going to be going from first with a 2-run lead at this stage of the game. I think you hold.
1 and 2, and that one is rocketed on the ground out to left field. Another single.
Right fielder number 26, Brady Strike.
That last AB just kept his hips square and also stayed back on the ball. You see a lot of the guys in this lineup get out in front, which leads to pop-ups and cans of corn to center, right, and left field. So that was a much better balancing act.
So Ethan Firestone on base for the first time today, and Brady Schrank has a chance to do that as well. Has not been on base yet, and he does. Straight out to left field. Bases are loaded now with one out.
They're really hunting that curveball. There's something in the scouting report.
The designated hitter number 17, Cy Mezin.
There was something in the scouting report that's saying, look, curveball first pitch.
Yeah, they're making great contact with it now. Here in this 7th inning. They already did score 2 runs on this relief pitcher in Townley last inning. Have a real shot to put up some more insurance. Bottom of the order here, Cy Mezin takes a strike. He had to move out of the way of that strike. 0-1. Bases loaded with one out. Showing bunt, and it goes behind him.
Leaves play with one out. You see that a lot. In leagues like this, trying to get an extra run, just move the runners up. You wouldn't see it with 2 outs very often.
So it's an 0-2 count with one out, bases loaded. Any sort of bat to ball should hopefully bring home a run for these Pirates. Cy Mezin plays his cards right. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Way outside.
Now, what I'm surprised that the second baseman isn't playing further in. I know it's double play depth, which could be why. Third and first are pinching on the corners.
Yeah, there is one out, so probably hoping for the double play ball. Get themselves out of it. Big swing and a miss. That strikes him out. Second strikeout of the day for Mezin.
That is what we call a non-productive AB.
Dan Lockery.
Because he didn't get the ball in the air to drive home another run. He didn't move the runners over in any way. And so does not do his job swinging in the dirt for a K.
That's exactly right. Top of the order now coming up. 2 outs now. Bases still loaded. Lowry has 2 runs of his own with a single. He stole second both times he got on base and came around both times off RBIs.
This would be huge for the Sentinels if they can get out of this inning without allowing a run. after giving up 3 straight singles.
It would, yeah. Unexpected. Seemed like some insurance was in the cards for the Pirates. Big swing and a miss there early on, 0-2 count.
I mean, insurance could really put this game out of reach. A 2-run lead with 2 innings to go still has a chance here, but
Townley eyeing the plate with an 0-2 count. One's outside.
that's a nice take. It's tough out there on those corners. Gotta have a really good sense of plate discipline for that.
Yeah, especially, I mean, hasn't been super consistent on the strike and ball calls behind the plate, so it's tough to figure out what to take, what to not take, and he takes that.
Oh, wait, they're calling a foul ball.
Tipped it.
They're calling it a foul ball. And
Gonna check real quick. I didn't hear anything.
I didn't hear it either.
Personally, but I'm sure Lowry is gonna say he tipped it,
Right.
and they're gonna say he didn't. It's a strikeout. So no need for that. So the bases loaded, all of them left stranded. And the lead is still 2 for the Pirates. They had a real shot there to pull it away with this one. Sentinels still have a chance, top of the 8th. Top of the order for the Sentinels here in the top of the 8th. First pitch from Para is low in the dirt. His second inning of work just getting started here.
Defensive change. Lee Branzel has been replaced by Angelo Ailman at short.
That one drawn foul. 1-1.
Defensively, Ailman, that could be a big change because he currently has a .906 fielding percentage.
Oh, God.
Broken bat. Rocketed towards the pitcher. Second baseman able to make the play on the ground to first.
Not batting. The right fielder, number 14, Antonio Andrade.
Yeah, a .906 fielding percentage for Ailman as opposed to Branzel's .850. So I think defensively later in the game, that could be why there was a change made. Some little bit more security back there at short.
Most likely. Antonio Andrade up to the plate now after the yard sale. That one low.
Yard sale, nice call.
Nice. One and oh. There's one out. That one straight over the plate from Parra. 1-1. That one popped up to right field. He's tracking it far on the warning track. Makes the grab.
Wow, over the shoulder.
I'm going to show this to the camera.
What you're seeing now
The catcher number 21.
is, it's not high enough. Higher.
Yard sale,
Well,
ladies and gentlemen.
What?
You're good.
There
You're
it
good.
is.
Lower.
There we go, lower now.
All
Good.
right.
Okay, what you're seeing now, folks, is the broken bat splinter that has wrecked the half the field. There you go. Bit of a delay, that's why. Good. Nice blue color on it. Thank you, Robert Holler, our game day operations and head of production here.
This is the type of investigative journalism
Yes,
you can
we
come to expect
use.
from us.
Correct.
1-0 count. And that makes it 2-0. Another one in the dirt.
I didn't study this field for nothing. You gotta come up with something. Verifiable facts, folks.
2-0 from Parra coming in. Pops it up. Center field. Lowry under it. Makes the grab.
Clean
And that
inning.
ends the inning.
It's a big inning, set up the closer spot. And, you know, Parra coming in, he got out of that jam the previous half. I think it just solidifies this back end of the trust that this staff has in the depth of this pitching staff.
Yeah. Pirates bats coming out here, bottom of the 8th. Let's see if they can add some insurance. They have a 2-run lead right now, 4-2. New pitcher on the mound for the bottom of the 8th for the Sentinels. It's number 35, Hayden Kuhn. First pitch of the day for him is just outside on the left-handed batter in Eli Payton.
You know, I'm going to be more curious for the Pirates if they choose to use Yosfan for a second day in a row, they go with a different man out of the bullpen. We'll see if those strategies change, whether or not the offense can put up a couple more runs here.
That we will see. That one popped up foul on the third base side. 1-1 count on Peyton. Peyton 0 for 3 on the day. Did reach on a walk in the fourth. Struck out once and flew out to center field. Takes the ball there, and it's 2-1.
We look at the pitchers who are available for the Pirates who have yet to be used.
Here comes the 2-2 on Peyton. There's some nice contact. Center field hits the wall. That'll be an easy double, and he'll stay there. Peyton with a leadoff double in the bottom of the eighth.
Now batting. The left fielder number 3, Robbie Trato.
If we look at guys who have gotten the majority of the pitching side of things, people who are still available, you got Brady Schrank, who's had 3 appearances. John Paul Clare has 4. Cooper Hazley has 4. Yost Fan has 4. And Brandon Doheny has 5. So those are the pitchers that are still available that had the most appearances. There's still guys who have only played in 1 game.
First pitch on Trato is super high towards his face. Takes the ball 1-0. Runner on second with no outs. That one's way low.
But again, the strategy may change if there's a bulk of runs put up.
Two-0 pitch coming in. Smacked out to left field. He's going to try to come home from second base. Slides in and makes it. He's going to go for 2, and he makes it.
Great heads-up base running over there. Saw that the throw was coming home. When you do that, you know you can take the extra bag because it forces an extra throw.
Baseman number 28, Darren Taylor.
Another replacement in scoring position, another run scored.
Trato with his second RBI of the day, and it's an RBI double. Now it's Darren Taylor who has 2 RBIs himself.
Oh boy.
That's a wild pitch. Easy free base for Trato. He'll jog over to third.
You know these are your 2 best hitters when they're hitting in the middle of the order, 3-4.
So a 1-0 count now on Taylor after the wild pitch.
That was a single, and he advanced to second on the throw.
So it's not an RBI double, an RBI single. In for a strike.
Goodrich, as we said earlier, will be the winner. He'll improve to a 2-1 mark if this score holds.
Goodrich had a great showing in those little middle bulk innings.
Yeah. Really locked it down.
One popped up, but it's in the infield. No chance for Trato to tag up on third.
Now batting, the extra hitter, number 6, Andrew Baglino.
So that's the first out of the inning. Baglino coming up to the plate. Still has a chance to bring in Trato off the sacrifice if he chooses to do so. Pirates have a 3-run lead right now, 5-2. Good shot at extending it to 4. Inside there.
Once again, just got to get the ball in the air. Deep enough in the outfield would score the run.
And on the ground, but it goes foul. 1-1 count on Buglino, the extra hitter slash catcher today. Been switching out with Firestone. Contact, foul ball, directly opposite side. 1-2.
Choked up with 2 strikes now. Again, can't afford a strikeout if you want that extra run. No need to swing for the fences.
That's on the ground. So Trado will come home, and he's out at first.
That was closer than...
Wait. It's Angelo Alemán.
Yes. Now batting, the shortstop number 15, Angelo Alemán.
So the second out of the inning comes from the shortstop on the ground, Buglino. But it is a sacrifice. RBI brings home Trado. It's another run.
That last play was an adventure. The shortstop juggled on his throw to first.
He did, yeah. He almost was safe at first. Did not even have a chance to think about coming home after the bobbles. It's a 0-1 count on the pinch hitter, Angelo Alemán. He's also
Actually,
playing
he's at
defensively.
short, yeah.
Yeah.
So technically, I think it would be a defensive substitution, and then he just stayed in the
Correct.
lineup.
Early on, he has an 0-2 count, though. Pirates now have a 4-run lead. 6-2 is the score. That one sent far out there, left field foul. Alemán was out there in the infield defensively. This is his first appearance at the plate here in the 8th inning, though. Oh, and 2 count with 2 outs. Big swing and a miss. Strikes out. That'll end the bottom of the 8th after a 2-run inning from the Pirates. And they extend their lead to 4 runs. 6-2 is the score, with the Pirates coming out here in the top of the 9th defensively. So Daniel Parra staying on the mound for the Pirates. This is his 3rd inning of work. He came in the 7th. Has not allowed a run since he came in. It would qualify for a save, which would be his first if he holds on here. First pitch is a ball to Alex Bueno. The winning pitcher, as it stands, would be Dylan Goodrich. The Pirates' starting pitcher was Jimmy Urban, only threw 2 innings. Two balls in a row there. It's a 2-0 count for Alex Bueno. He's walked 3 times. All 3 times he's been on the plate. Shows good patience from him.
If you're par, you don't want to allow any early traffic, make it any more stressful than it needs to be. 4-run lead, got plenty of cushion. Attack the zone, it strikes.
There's a swinging strike there. Ties up the count.
Just like that.
2-2. Just like that, Justin. Two coming in, swinging strikeout to get things started in the top of the 9th.
This is Parra's, I believe, his best appearance of the season.
Yeah.
His strongest outing. And he's really impressing me with his ability to work in and out of jams and lower that ERA today.
Yeah, he hasn't allowed a run. Only 1 walk, hit by pitch, and he's given up 1 hit. It was a single. 1 outside. Please stay tuned. We will have another game coming up here, scheduled for 4 o'clock. It's going to be the SBL Buccaneer team, affiliated with the Ventura County organization, correct. 1-1 count now.
Also, everybody, stay tuned to the Instagram page of the Ventura County Pirates, at VC Pirates, I believe. At V County Pirates, thank you, I've been corrected. For the post-game interview and maybe some analysis from the staff. And then come right on back to watch your fellow teammates and friends for the SBL Bucks in a couple hours, hour and a half or so, 2.5 hours-ish.
1-2 count comes in just low. And that does apply to every game. For every team, we do go live on the Instagram pages afterwards, our game day operations, interview players, coaches, staff, everything like that. That's another ball, loads up the count. I believe they talk to the players of the game, things like that.
Yesterday it was Coach
I know
George.
They talked to DeAndre Carter as well.
Did they?
He had a great start.
I saw George's interview online.
That one's sent directly to short. He picks it up, throws it on over for the second out.
Who would you pick for the interview today? We had a lot of different kind of
If I could only
stars.
pick one, I would like to pick like one pitcher and one hitter.
I would have picked probably
I'd pick Goodrich, I guess,
Goodrich, and
for
then
pitching.
probably Taylor. 'Cause he had that go-ahead RBI single, didn't he?
Yeah, I'd Taylor or Trado.
Trader had the triple, but I think Taylor drove him in.
Yes. But the triple was an RBI as well.
It was. Okay, so maybe, yeah, I would Trado probably because he had the sort of that key moment.
2 outs now. First pitch to Salcedo, the designated hitter, is a ball. Pinch hitter, sorry. And that's a strike. 1-1 count. Oh, 1-1 is outside. 2-1.
There's one more out here. Get the ball over the plate. You got a 4-run lead.
You don't need to be too fancy. 4-run lead.
Pirates would stay undefeated at home.
That one low in the dirt. It's a 3-1 count.
For the 3-0. 4-2 in league, 5-9 overall.
3-1. Para looking to find the strike zone here. And that'll walk him. So it's Para's first walk off balls.
Third baseman number 33, Josh Chavez.
I think they would vault into second place in league if I'm correct.
Yeah,
With this win, because it's a head-to-head against the current second
they
place.
were tied for second and third.
Yeah.
So yeah, this would put them up behind the other Pirate team in Lynn Valley, but still way behind them.
Well, they have a tremendous record, I believe. When we looked yesterday, it was 8-2 overall.
It also does mean they've played many more league games.
Yeah, they played more games, you're right.
Many more league games. So yeah, the Pirates still have to catch up to the other Pirates.
Because this team was in Alaska last week.
7-game stretch. 2 outs, runner on first, and that's a strike. Oh, 1 coming in from Para. Way high up there. 1-1.
Oh, we got a bit of a stoppage. I don't know. Is the catcher? He's working out his arm, and yeah, here comes the training staff.
This might have been partially why Buglino was not catching. Don't know if this is a pre-existing thing or just tweaked it right now.
Yeah, he just caught the ball and all of a sudden was trying to stretch out his arm. This is a bit bizarre. I've never seen this kind of injury type of a situation before where it doesn't happen on sort of the course of a play.
Luckily enough for the Pirates, he's going to do push-ups.
This is interesting.
Right?
I've never seen, is it a tricep? I think it might be
working it out.
Oh, the possible the backswing hit him.
I am not sure about that. He's working the whole arm.
No, they're leaving him in there.
It would be an easy switch. I mean, they have had Firestone, and he started behind the plate, and they've switched out. But it's been Buglino behind the plate for past few innings. So he will stay in, it seems. I believe he's telling the coaches we got 2 outs, so he wants to stay.
Yeah, I think, any staff, when you got 2 outs and a 4-run lead in the last inning of the game, you don't want an injury to get worse, injure it further.
Yeah.
And they may be trying to convince him to come out of the game, and that might be what's happening right now.
I think that's a good call. I mean, any sort of tweak or anything like that, just come out of the game, especially when you've been switching double duty, right? Behind the catcher plate, you have an able catcher in Ethan Firestone.
4-run lead, you got to play tomorrow.
Right.
You got 1 out left. Why risk the possibility? That competitive fire.
Yeah.
From Andrew is
no need really.
Key, but Firestone. It is Firestone back there, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Is that a 3?
30.
30, yes. I was like, I look like a 1.
Here we are, top of the 9th with 2 outs, and you're getting surprised by the numbers.
Yeah, I'm like.
Anyway, 1-1 count after the little pause. Big swinging strike there. And the Pirates are 1 strike away. One and two, runner on first. 2 outs here, top of the 9th. Here comes the pitch, and it's just high. 2-2. And that one rocketed too short. Thrown over to first, and that'll end the game. Play from Patton catching the ball there at the end. Peyton, sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Pirates take the win, 6-2, beating the Sentinels. It was a great game. Good pitching. Goodrich will get the win, and Parra will get the save. As far as pitching goes, the loss for the Sentinels should go to Townley, who came in the 6th inning. Reyes started for the Sentinels and had a great showing. And when he left, I believe it was tied up at 2 apiece. Thank you so much for watching. Please return for the SBL Bucks game coming up here, streaming live at 4 o'clock. And also tune in to the Ventura County Pirates Instagram page in just a few short minutes, as we'll have interviews with players and coaches.
Final score 6-2. Totals for today's game. First for the Arroyo Seco
For
Sentinels.
Justin Borsis, I'm Landon Klotz. Thank you so much for joining. We'll see you